Hello everyone. So before we start, I would like to thank everyone who have shown appreciation for my previous Salesforce video, and I'm really pleased to know that it has been helpful to many of you. Thank you for your support, and it really motivates me to keep continuing the work that I have started. So thank you. So let's begin. So last week I did had an interview with Coforge, and these are some of the questions that were asked in the L1 round. So the first question, of course, we know that most of the times the interviewers ask to tell them about ourselves and the roles and responsibilities in the current project. So this is a very basic question which everyone mostly asks, depending on how they ask, but more or less this is the question. Then there was this question, say the business user comes to you asking that they need to create a new custom object in the current project. So what are the considerations or the questions you will be asking them to decide the OWD? So we can't simply, as we already know that we can't simply come up with the private OWD or read only. There has to be some criteria based on which we will make that decisions. So they are more interested in understanding that what will be our approach and how we will deal with that. The next question was, so a user is unable to find the sharing button for an object. Okay, so what could be the possible reason? So think about it, and if you know the answer, please feel free to comment. Then this is from the test class, like how can you cover a batch class and private methods in a test class. All right. Then it was like in how many ways you can handle exceptions in a flow. All right. And say this was basically a follow-up question. So say you are assigned the task to convert a workflow into a flow. So how will you approach this? So this was again a good question. I really had a long time explaining this. Then this was again a very conceptual kind of question. Say you join a new organization as a developer and you are not aware of the existing functionality that are already in there, and now you are assigned a task and you don't have any background on that one. So how would you proceed ahead with that task, and what would be your approach? So then the next question was, say you need to restrict a user from editing a particular field when the stage of the opportunity is draft. So what are the different ways of doing it and how will you do it? Is what the question was. Then the next question was, what are the different methods that are available in Qable? So think of it, and if you know the answer, please feel free to comment. Then this was a question like, can you explain the entire life cycle of a batch class? So once I explained this, there was a follow-up question like, can we call another batch from the execute method? So this was one of those question. Then the another one was, assume you need to call a queuable in a batch class. So how will you do it? So basically, I had to write this one down. Then the next one was to write a trigger. So basically, the scenario was to write a trigger to ensure that if an opportunity is created in the past 1 hour, then the user should get an error while creating another opportunity for that particular account. Then this was a question like explain the different decorators that are available in LWC. Mhm. Once I explained that, again, there was another question which was like, what is platform event? Then there was one more question like, what is the difference between the LMS and the platform events that we have? So if you know the answers, feel free to write it down. And if you have any concern, so feel free to drop me an email on the mail given on the screen. So that's it from my side. So thank you so much, guys, for showing so much love, and I really appreciate. And thank you so much. Your support really keeps me going. So thank you for your support.